Hello everyone, welcome back to another installment of Life on the Internet. Today we're going to be making some lemon pepper crispy fried shrimp. Ah, fuck! As you can probably see, there's a new friend that has joined the chat. Be careful when you're using sharp graters, much like this one, especially if it's new. Lemons zested. So what I'm going to do now is probably going to gather about equal parts. We'll see. I'm going to blitz this all up and see how much pepper action I want. Zested lemons. You know what they say, when the world gives you lemons, make a lemon drop. Gonna add it to our mixture here. Your mixture should be looking something like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. We've added our seasoning back to the blender, and what we're gonna do is go ahead and make a fine seasoning this time. So we're gonna go. Now when your mixture is looking like this, fine and dandy, we're going to grab a sheet pan. In my case, I'm using a cake pan. We're gonna dump all of that out there. Excuse me. We're gonna dump it all onto that pan. And then we're going to make a single layer to help dry out the seasoning in the oven. Now my oven is now on its lowest setting. For me, it's 200 degrees. And we're going to just let this bake and dry out for as long as it needs. So I'm going to start out for 20 minutes, leaving it in there, checking every 20 minutes. This might take up to an hour, so this is why we're tackling this procedural necessity in advance. We have an even layer of our lemon pepper seasoning. We're going to go ahead and pop this in the oven. Up next, we have our dipping sauce for our shrimp, and in this case I'm making a remoulade. So what this is going to consist of is about 2 tablespoons of sweet onion, and I have about a tablespoon of chopped parsley here. We're going to get into our mayo. We're using Kraft, about 2 tablespoons of that. We have some Dijon mustard. We're in half that, so some cayenne pepper, that Frank's Red Hot, and some Cholula. 1, 2, 3, 4. A half of a zested, doesn't have to be zested, but a half of a lemon. And we're going to mix. Onto this, I'm going to add a dash of salt, just a little bit. And this, my friends, is our remoulade. We're going to let this chill in the fridge to marinate its flavors. Small clove of minced garlic. I minced myself. I prefer freshly minced garlic, not the jarred stuff. We're going to add about 1/4 tablespoon of mustard. Honey. Equal parts. About a teaspoon of honey. You can change that later. A couple cracks of freshly cracked black pepper. Pinch of salt. Balsamic vinegar. And this is going to be our base, so we want a decent amount of it in here. Now you're going to want to grab a whisk. I'm going to whisk this together nicely. All right. And what we're going to do is add our olive oil slowly to go ahead And to emulsify this mixture, add a little bit of oil, keep whisking, okay? Until it comes together. I do believe we are there. As you can see, there's no separation and the mixture looks just a little bit lighter. And we're there. I'm gonna go ahead and taste. Perfect. Next, here we have 10 Argentinian jumbo red shrimp. Since we want our lemon pepper to shine in this dish, we're just going to add a pinch of salt to our flour, a pinch of salt to our breadcrumbs, and some black pepper. So these are panko breadcrumbs. I went ahead and blitzed them a little more because they were they're grainy, a little too grainy for my taste. I wanted a more fine texture like such. Texture that it won't really, you know, when you keep eating like Captain Crunch and it like roughs up the top of your mouth. Sometimes panko fried dishes can do that same thing. And when you're eating a lot of one thing such as shrimp that we're making today, I'm not a fan of that. Our lemon pepper is done, so this is what we're looking at. This took about 30 minutes to make. We're dry. It's all good. We're gonna set this to the side. All right, let's go ahead and dredge our shrimp and our seasoned flour into the egg. Same for this, drip off any excess into our panko mix. Toss. And rinse and repeat. So right here, I'm just gonna make my life easier by adding salt and then adding my lemon pepper mixture to that salt. About that much. Gonna mix. We had our shrimp resting in the fridge for about 10 minutes. Look at that. That's the first one. Go ahead, season it right away. Like so. Turn it around, season the other side. And that's how this is gonna go. Toss, season. Balsamic vinaigrette dressing. Alright, photo shoot is over. We're gonna go ahead and taste test these shrimp. First bite itself. I think what needed is to really get that lemon pepper taste is a squeeze of lemon. You get the tart. All right, let's taste our remoulade. Oh my gosh. That's fire. Well, first of all, the shrimp is awesome. I'd say that's the best shrimp I've ever had. The shrimp is peppery. You can get a little of that zest, but what really is going to set it off is adding a little squeeze of that lemon juice to the top of it. That remoulade is a great pair. Salad, sweet, and that vinegar helps cut the richness, the butteriness of that shrimp as well. Well, thanks, folks. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one, and let's eat.